live streaming in the morning.
I know we're gonna be perky and active and just on the ball,
just as
top of our game,
just as effervescent as you are during the weeklies that would normally play right about this.
That's right. Okay, people, welcome back to another FwooshCast Live.
You gotta switch. I gotta jump to the other side of you every time we switch topics.
Oh man, we figured that right now would be better than the end of the show today because I figure we're gonna do a lot of walking, we're gonna do a lot of looking, do a lot of
dinner,
running,
stuff
dinner.
Tonight. Yeah,
it'd be late. By the time we got back last night, it was midnight here, 11 o'clock here, midnight.
Yeah.
By the time we did some finagling, and we figured nobody wanted to watch at 3 a.m.
3 a.m. So here we are. It's breakfast before Comic-Con, and I don't have any breakfast to eat.
Who brought the breakfast? Who brought the breakfast cereals? Hey, we can do that instead of talking about all the cereals.
Okay.
You want to talk about cereals?
All the possible cereals that can have ad icons from Jada.
Okay, who break the forum? Oh, I read that as who break the forum?
Who break forum?
The forum, I guess loading all the pictures over the years has kind of stressed our server. So it went down. So a table broke on the forums, and it just happens to be the posts. We can put it back up, and you can read all the old stuff, but you can't add anything to it, which kind of defeats the purpose of a forum.
And in typical Fwoosh fashion, it happened the weekend of Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm. So
we're keeping it real,
and we're keeping the front page up with Training Wheel. And just it's very precarious.
So Robo's got to get back to like the nerve center and figure this out. Otherwise, why is he even here?
What am I? I'm not even supposed to be here today. Which one of you wants to make some quick cash today by acquiring that Crystar?
Got to do that like right through the glass.
No. You distract them, and I'll have that glass cutter thing that's on a bar that
perfect circle that makes the circle right around there.
And I'll
see if Crystar was made from real crystal, then you could like use him to cut through the glass. You know, if he was on the right side of the glass, but none of that stuff is true. So. Yeah, Crystar is wild. I mean, don't get me wrong. Classic Luke Cage and some of the other ones that they showed off, I'm like, yeah, this is excellent. But Crystar is the belle of the Marvel Legends ball for me this year.
Really?
Yeah.
We're about to go through pictures. It's one of those crazy things again, because you're up in the panel. Well, we all did. The three of us, Matt K, you and me, all did different panels yesterday.
Yeah, we had to.
And then some rushing around. You take pictures, and you don't actually ever look at the figures that are sitting right in front of you.
We're getting to actually like soak it in here, but I think my point is that, you know, when was the last time you were truly surprised by something?
That's true.
In Marvel Legends.
Yeah.
It's like sure there are reveals that were like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that one, but Crystar, we could have like guessed 1,000 characters and not come up with him. So that's pretty awesome. What did I
just see? Tiring. Fwoosh before dark, Fwoosh directly after dark, barely after dark. Well, I say that it's 9:30. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
It's about weekly time, and I was like,
yeah. Robo gets the shakes when the weekly doesn't go up on Saturday morning. So we thought, you know, this might be a pretty good time to get in here and do this, and plus gives us a chance to like get our bearings, and maybe the smart people who are joining us today will like think of things that we should go look at or make note of or ask questions about, because it's like, I call it record store syndrome. You know, you go to the record store and you know exactly what you want to get. You walk in and you can't remember. So you end up buying 3 records that you didn't even go in there for. Walking into the con is the same way. It's like, I got to do this, and this. And I walk in, it's like, I'm at the what?
We didn't have a lot of record shops, so it's comic shop.
Okay, same thing. It's like if you got like
Toy store.
A couple back issues that you were going to go in and get, and you walk in and you don't remember them, so you end up with some, 25-cent Archie comics, and out the door you go.
Will you guys be coming to PowerCon again this year? Yes,
we will.
We've ran into quite a few people
Lots of people, and let me tell you, like people who are going to be like vendors or guests or have booths at PowerCon, ran into a lot of people with that, but then a lot of people who are just going to be attending PowerCon as well. And the vibe is to use the parlance of our time, the vibe is really kicking for PowerCon this year. Everybody's excited about it. So, not that they weren't last year, but I think last year kind of proved, what kind of show it is aiming to be now, and people are enjoying it. So I'm looking forward to it as long as I can sleep between tomorrow and when we actually have to leave for PowerCon.
No kidding. I was thinking of the videos I got, and then it's like, well, there's just two weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Hoping to see So Close. I need my Airwalker and Stardust. Need some more Heralds.
Yeah. Airwalker is a big one.
NECA doing. Last truly surprised by an announcement was NECA doing more Duke.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's more to talk about. Did we talk about?
We didn't talk about D&D.
Yeah, we did.
Did we a little? Oh yeah, we did a little bit.
They were in the booth.
Oh yeah.
Preview not.
Yeah. Well, today we actually get to go back to the NECA booth because Trevor took us through all the turtle stuff as he do.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like there's half the booth that we didn't even talk about. So we're going to go back today, and Blaine's going to walk us through that. So we'll have a walkthrough to cover all that stuff because obviously D&D, gargoyles, Elvira stuff, a whole bunch of other things we want to get the lowdown on. So
yeah, and then going to the Joe's panel.
Oh yeah,
that's why we're not. The con is actually open right now.
Yeah,
but we're not in a hurry because
Joe panel's at 1,
mm-hmm.
and then we're actually going to talk to Lenny and Emily at 2:30.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have a little bit of that too. It's that the typical Hasbro interview things that they set up here. It's cool that they do it. We haven't really done a whole lot of them because it's kind of down in the booth and it's real quick. So it's hard to really get any type of flow and information going. And they just revealed a whole bunch of stuff. So it's but it's going to be, we couldn't pass up the chance to talk to those two because they're so much fun to talk with. So we'll have something with them up later on today.
Appreciate super sticker.
Whoop, whoop.
Ron. Oh man, I'm so far behind.
That's the theme of this entire show.
You guys know the forums have been down all SDCC, right? Yes. We're not unaware. Not unaware?
Not unaware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Gojo, that's my jam. Good evening. What's up, guys? What's happening? When will you show us the Joes? We do have to wait till next week. We may run through real quick with that so we can post that tonight because again, don't know what's going on after.
Yeah, we'll see. It's like we said, the show closes out 6:30 Pacific time, which that's 9:30 on the East Coast, and then we go to dinner. So I don't know. I guess we'll see how we feel.
Yeah.
This evening, maybe we can come back and talk about Joe's or something.
Especially since I'm hoping I've got my next guy. Maybe I don't know. We're going to get the pictures.
You thought about your next guy? Because I mean, Chuckles is obviously the guy. So now I just want to go crazy with Raptor or I mean, they did a confirmation about Big Boa, right? Or did they not? Am I making that up?
No.
I can't
no
remember.
Plastic, no remember.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get into I'm gonna want the real weird, funny shit like the fridge and stuff like that now because it's all icing now as far as I'm concerned. So,
but speaking of that, well, first let's see, what was it? Thursday morning, ran into the Marvel booth real quick before the panels or anything, and we missed this on preview night.
But it's like the minute that we saw it, knew what that was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they went directly into it in the panel.
Yeah.
Because this was in front of the Squadron Supreme, which I mean, this surprise is already blown. So let's talk about it as if it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. As if the tease and the full reveal didn't take place yesterday.
Yeah. But while we were in the booth, I went over and they had these O-ring 2-ups.
The original Paint Master 2-ups for the original Real American Hero line. And man, seeing those, okay, yes, I get it. These are static kind of statue versions, larger of the original figures. But I'll be damned if I wouldn't pick up a couple of these if they released something like this and they're this big and they're painted. It's cool to see.
That's the one that shot to my brain as my next big wanted. And I'm hoping, since these are in here, since we have Outback and Tunnel Rat, I'm hoping
Chuckles
the ones that we haven't
there.
seen in Classified.
Chuckles was down there.
Yeah,
Chuckles was.
Yeah, we get it. But the guy with the the Razorback type animal needs to be next.
Yeah.
Some Naga hide. Look at that beautiful bastard.
Yeah. And it was cool. It's actually cool because I mean you can see like the paint chips and stuff in there. It's actually cool to see that because it's like this thing has been painted and like this, and the legs were broken and glued back on. It's like this is something that's 40 years old that they brought to Comic-Con to show off. So that's kind of cool.
Armored Cobra Commander.
Yeah, that Cobra Commander.
Alternate colors for Slaughter.
Yeah.
S&M Snake Eyes.
Yeah, Gimp Snake Eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, more Dreadnoks.
Yeah.
He's an actual Dreadnought.
Yeah.
Despite what people say.
Yeah, more Dreadnoks for sure. Yeah, with the Thunder Machine. That the Thunder Machine and the Vamp, it's like that's that mid-sized vehicle or that small vehicle that we need to like get in the line. So it'd be cool to have all of them hanging off something like that, Yeah.
Same size as the Gentle Giant Snake Eyes that was released a few years ago, 12-inch.
I don't think they're quite that big.
No, I think they're maybe 8. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Not
now.
like that, but they're not tall. They're not that tall because it's like their height makes them like a little chunky in a good way. It's like I don't know how to describe it. In pictures, you obviously can't get to them because they're under, the glass and whatnot. But it's hard to like relate the size and scale of them without having something next to them. But they're cool.
I'd take Law and Order too because man, Hasbro kills it with the animals.
Dun, dun.
Look like Mego dolls. Well, they're 40-year-old 40-year-old.
Yeah. It's like because all the a lot of the articulation and stuff, it's all there. It's just all glued down and painted over. So yeah, it was kind of cool.
Let's see. Going to need a separate house first collection with all the new TMNT and Thundercat stuff.
Shh.
That's what we were talking about before this show. Before they showed all this stuff.
Yeah, it's like down in the Super 7 booth talking to like Brian and Kyle and some of the others. It's like, well, like, all the toys are cool, but can you tell me the dimensions of the table that the Cat Slayer is sitting on so I know what I'm going to have to build to put that damn thing up when it ships. So, yeah.
I haven't actually, I'm only focusing on SDCC when I get, in fact, shooting this, catching up on all the stuff. I don't have to do a catch-up SDCC weekly next week. I can focus on all the Mayfix goodness that they're showing right now. Because I want it. I think X-Men 97 might be the single best Marvel Legends line Hasbro has ever produced. Oh, even though it's based on a cartoon.
Well, and I'll be honest with you. Haven't seen the cartoon yet. Looking forward to seeing the cartoon. I don't typically buy... I don't really buy MCU figures, so it's like most of my Legends I keep them based off of comics. But the Wolverine and like the Magneto are like there's the man right there. Wolverine and like Magneto, for instance, there's no reason why those can't go into my like standard shelf because they're a little stylized, but not enough to bother me. So they look really good.
There's
got an earring.
the star.
It's got an earring.
Oh, and then before the panels, was this or on Thursday or something?
Yeah, probably.
There was Pre-Vizsla, which I think is, well, one, I take terrible pictures. Don't look at that. Oh, that's even worse.
That one's better. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, look at it.
My camera, the glass cases will not not allow. There we go. But it makes it a pain in the ass to take pictures.
Yeah.
But I think this is on the old Django body, so he's going to be short and stout.
Short and stout.
But then, over in another booth, they had some of the boss fight Legends of Lucha Libre, and these are nice and everything. I mean, this is the super articulate. There's the basics, and then the more articulated ones, and man,
yeah,
Captain Picard. Actually, that's a kind of Borg like.
Oh, yeah.
He's been under, but this is the one I want.
Who's that? Razorback.
Shut your mouth. Vampiro, and then Fanaticos is the name of their. It's not basic. There's still articulation, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. It's cool to see boss fight stuff live and in person at Comic-Con.
Then there's the Crimson Dynamo.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Marvel Select. It's going to go nice with the Titanium Man.
Titanium Man. Yeah. It's just Titanium Man's like squat and beefy. He's a little elongate. Like he's skinnier and taller. So
Yeah.
It's going to be like a sitcom duo. Only, not funny at all.
Was Crimson Dynamo a big guy? Was he? Because I know Titanium Man was a bigger guy.
Bigger, not like not like Titanium Man big. Yeah.
But yeah. I've been needing a classic for a while. In fact, I've had custom parts.
Shoulders are gonna work. Is that just gonna be like an overlay that the shoulder goes underneath into the torso, or are those?
Oh,
see, It doesn't look like it right there, right? But it's hard to tell.
It's gonna be hard to get a side shot.
Oh, who's that? Who is that man?
Oh, and then real quick, some Walking Dead figures because my wife's into those, so she may be wanting.
Where's Coral?
Comic car, milk and water, and then Michonne. Look pretty good. I like the black and white aesthetic, so this will be my first diamond pickup in a while.
A good long while.
That shot came up okay.
It's the black and white.
Yeah.
You took it with your tintype camera.
I didn't have to zoom in and go all the way in.
Where are my flash bulb cubes?
But then here you go. What y'all were talking about.
Yeah.
The X-Men 97 figures. They put those in there before the panel. And despite being based on cartoon, they are pretty cool.
The Bishop, what I take from it is that Bishop especially, but like Rogue's Face, and to a lesser extent Storms, they have, and Gambit for sure, they have the stylization, that makes them, very much that show.
Yeah.
But Wolverine and Magneto don't have it quite as much, in my opinion.
No, it's pretty much comic book Wolverine. Oh, are those some tone back boot?
Not quite as
pointy.
Yeah.
Very astonishing.
That's what Dwight asked me. He's like, which we've got? They're working on some new Wolverine, like with the torso joint, and he was like, which Wolverine costume? Because we're not going to reveal it, obviously. And I was like, I don't care. I just hope I'm astonished by your choice.
Yeah.
And I think he was ready to punch me in the face.
Yeah. I want to punch you now. No, astonishing is more curved. It's actually boot-like, but that's closer than what we've been getting.
We're getting there.
Slowly but surely.
But they all look really clean, which I guess matches obviously the animation style and whatnot. But I really like the bright yellow that they're using on these.
They're select scale, so they're 7 inches. Yeah, Diamond Select is 7 inches.
1/10 scale, kind of ish.
That is a Wolverine.
It is. It's a nice one though.
Storm looks okay. She's in the wrong color costume. I don't know. It's white, but it's animated series.
It's cool.
So I guess it's correct.
It's cool they gave her the mohawk in the series though.
Yeah,
that's cool.
She has a very I think I went through the figures first. Then there's Gambit. They said this is a new coat and not the old coat.
So I mean, like the body, if you wanted to like do a head swap with one of the more comic heads with this, if that's a new coat and maybe he moves a little bit better. He doesn't appear to be pinless. I know that's a priority. Pinless is a priority for many.
It's fine. And then Rogue. I'm not sure because those are sculpted in this time.
Yeah,
I didn't notice that yesterday. Again, when you're taking pictures, it's kind of like, oh, get this, and this. Then
I'm not feeling. I mean, I'm sure it matches the source. I'm not really feeling
The green jacket?
Well, there's the green jacket, but the face doesn't scream Rogue to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a little plain. But like I said, it probably matches the animation just fine.
Because they did go slightly animated style.
Mm-hmm. But some of these figures just look like it more than the others.
Yeah. Because, I got a close-up of Rogue. But then you get a close-up of Gambit. And the
stubble,
slight stubble,
where
it's spread out a little bit. It looks animated, kind of. And
the
then
hair
the
is definitely,
definitely animated. I got a better. Then Rogue comes in with some photo real.
See, she looks better up close.
Yeah,
it's like the plastic that they use for her skin tone kind of washes out the details when you're a little bit further away.
Trying to get that. I was hovering on her. It had arrows all over. Do the new? I don't know. Let's find out together, because I'll get to those pictures just in a minute. Was the jacket green in the animation? I want to say. I don't know.
Even if it wasn't, that may be like one of the changes that they made just to say, it's been a few years in continuity time, right? Maybe she changed her jacket for once.
Jace, the P.O. box is in every video. Just look in the description. She looks too realistic compared to the others. Yeah, you think that's going to stick out because
the face maybe, but then the hair is definitely not.
Yeah, the hair is definitely animated. I think it's the photo real
on the
adding
eyes.
some extra kind of
depth or whatever.
Yeah. But then the Wolverine has that realistic look to it too.
And he can get away with it a little bit with his hair looking slightly animated. But I mean, if you look at his hair, he's got more sculpted lines and whatnot in his hair than Rogue has in hers. So that kind of brings that, it tones the animated style of that down a little bit, because I don't think I'm going to have a problem using this as like a on-the-shelf comic Wolverine.
Yeah.
Especially with the mask on.
It was green in the cartoon. The cartoon had some weird color choices, like Magneto having red gloves. Oh, that is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, hold on. Well, first, close-up of Storm. She has that.
She looks like she's smugly disapproving of everyone too. Look at her, she's like, children.
The sculpted hair, flesh tone arm is a little off. But the body is wait, was this sculpted onto the original?
I don't have it right in front of me. So
no,
I can't tell you.
But it's not. You know what? When I first saw this, I thought, well, it looks okay. But the more I see it, the more I kind of like it. That is some bright white hair, which again leans into the animated series.
Yeah, that cell color, bright white paint.
That's true. Storm has pupils finally.
Oh, maybe that's what we're seeing. And it's like it's got that expressiveness to it. It's like, oh yeah, she has pupils.
But then there's Magneto.
Yeah, Magnetus. Now I will say I love the way the cape is sculpted coming off the shoulders.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to keep going, but are you afraid that it would have the same problem as the first one, where it kind of flopped around?
No, because I talked to Dwight about that. It's keyed and glued in.
Why you blow my surprise?
Oh
no, they said that during the panel. It was like, hey, if you're worried about this, just it is keyed down this time.
Yeah, you're set up. I was knocking it down.
Yeah. You did knock it down. 3 days.
God damn it.
But yeah, this is gonna. I feel like this is gonna be a lot of people's new shelf Magneto. But as pointed out a minute ago, yeah, the red gloves. Now that you've pointed them out,
just pull them off the other ones and see if they match.
True. Yeah. Or have some energy effects in effect.
Rexon effect.
Yeah. There you go.
Right.
Boom.
That's kind of cool. I think. And they wouldn't be able to pull that shit off without face printing. You know, that would look terrible if they just kind of tried to go in and do that with regular paint.
This fade going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Magneto is looking into your soul.
Yeah. He's going to pull out those too much iron in your blood. And I know that.
Wolverine's mask is definitely more animated series looking, wider. Yeah,
Yeah,
there is that.
it is, but it's not like, I don't think it's like bad though, or not that if it looked like the animated series, it would be bad. It's just, I still think it's kind of within the margin of, I can cheat this into comic.
Right. FX Magneto is king.
I don't have that figure.
I have it. The head is a little small, but it's also expensive. Not everybody wants to pay import prices to have Magneto. Here's $25.
Yeah. For Magnetus.
For where to go? The Magneto.
That's THEE. Magneto. Yeah.
Oh, so what you're saying is we're going to go back and look at all the ones we've already looked at slowly.
But surely.
That's right.
Yeah.
Here's Magneto again. Mafex all the way. We'll have to see. Magneto is wearing the New Mutants costume in the new show, right? I don't know. There is artwork floating around of that.
Is there?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad they made this one.
There it is again. Slightly pale. But if you wear that helmet all the time because you're afraid of mental attacks.
It's keeping the sun rays on.
Mm-hmm. And then there's Bishop.
Bishop to me is the one that's like, this is animated and there's no getting around it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people, yesterday we were talking, they're
deciding to mow the grass right out there. And it's like, I could still be asleep right now.
But I didn't realize just how animated the costume looks. Oh man, the Mouter. For those of you who haven't been on the live stream, my mouse is funky, but the amount of animation in the costume itself, like the shoulder pads and stuff.
Yeah, and his neckerchief thing.
Yeah.
It's like only got 2 big folds in it.
But for me, it's the hair.
Yeah.
That's what throws me off.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it's interesting, but I can't get over
I'm not decrying him for getting rid of that mullet, but yeah.
But the thing about it, I've replaced my Jim Lee Bishop with a casting cave head, so I have a Marvel Legends long-haired Bishop to put onto here if I felt like it.
Oh,
yeah.
Are you getting all of these?
No.
Yeah.
Despite me talking myself into
I think I'm doing Wolverine and Magneto, and that might be it.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. We've had enough long-haired bishops. It's great to and that's true.
And that's what I mean. It's like the new hairdo looks great, but it does, to your point, it does look animated. It's like Rogue's hair.
Yeah. Oh, there's a better shot.
Yeah.
The skin tone's very smooth, very soft.
It's got a matte quality to it that
we don't
good.
See a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how far along these are.
It sounded and looked like they were like getting ready to be ready to go. So, but then they go for pre-order today, so I guess they'll give the estimation.
Yeah.
When those go up for pre-order, unless they set it in the panel.
No, pre-order today.
Right, but ship date.
Oh no.
I don't know if they mentioned anything about that.
Probably like January 2024, and they'll arrive next week.
Yeah. During Comic-Con.
Yeah. Like everything else that is just shipping notices. We're on the con floor just like,
Oh yeah, look, it's like one of the most expensive hobby times of the year. Now let's blow it out even more with pre-orders hitting.
I forgot about Bald Head. That was actually a variant.
Yeah, in the old days.
Yeah.
The dark times.
But now I'll never be able to not see this. Looks like Simpsons hair. It does have that kind of pointy.
Yeah, like we said, it's probably, I'm sure with all of them, it matches the animation just as it should.
Yeah.
But if you're going for comic integration with any of these, some are going to be more successful than others.
Reminds me of a vinyl figure.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get the whole wave.
Excellent.
They'll arrive when you're at PowerCon.
That is correct, sir. That is correct, sir.
Oh, there's a shot of Wolverine's pinless limbs, pinvisible.
Pinvisible Logan. He's got that pinvisible touch.
Wonder who will be in Wave 2. That's true. Comics weren't necessarily realistic, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there is Morph in his much more AOA look for this season, or for this series. Morph. Oh, unpainted arm hair. Maybe that's a animated series thing, but they want to reuse this for comic book Wolverine.
Yeah.
But yeah,
because of the pinless.
But then yesterday was the Masters. Oh, did they put this in before the Masters panel?
That was in before the Masters panel. That went in the night before. Yeah.
So
Gwildor and Orko, they're actually a 2-pack.
Oh, really? They come together?
They come together.
Oh, so that's for Masterverse or Revolution.
Yes.
Yeah.
I learned that at the panel. I felt really bad for the Masters of the Universe guys on the panel yesterday, because originally the Motu panel was supposed to be right at the same time as the Legends panel, but they were actually able to move it because nobody was happy about the scheduling, including, the people who were having the panels. And I guess because a lot of panels were canceled because of the strikes, they had the ability to change the room and time. So they moved the Masters of the Universe panel up to 11 from 12:30. But the Comic-Con app and site didn't update that at all. I wouldn't have known had I not gotten an email about it. So they didn't have the crowd at that one I'm sure they would have had if people would have been, made aware of that in a better way. So that kind of sucked.
I'm not sure about this.
Skeletech.
Is that what it's called?
Skeletech. Yeah, and his arm's bendy. That right arm with the cables that fuse into the Havoc staff is bendy.
Because he becomes techno.
Yeah. Via the motherboard.
But then here is the Thunder Mountain.
You can sit here and look at the picture. We can sit here and describe the size to you. Your brain cannot process the size of this thing without seeing it in person. It's absolutely insane, incredible, and I can't wait to get it.
Because damn.
Yeah. And good for them for trying something so crazy. I'll say this has been the talk of the show as far as toys go. I think it's like everybody that we've run into that we know and people that we're meeting for the first time, everybody brings it up. So. Yeah.
Have you seen this? But then, I was also talking to somebody in the booth yesterday, and it was like all these companies. This was after the Star Wars panel where they revealed the Ghost. Yeah, and it's like, bam! Here's this. This company has bam this, and everything's going so big. Yeah. Yeah. This is I think this is a one. Yeah, it is large, and this is a once in a lifetime type of offering here, because this is either going to make it or it's not. And if it doesn't, I don't even think we'll see the likes of something like this hinted at ever again, especially for Thundercats. Something of this massive, ridiculous size. It's because of the size of their booth, it is hard to get a picture unless it's at an angle. You can't back up enough to get a front shot. Yeah. Well, and the table is, and when we walk into the booth, you're seeing it from the side, because the table that it has to sit on is too damn big to have sitting so it's facing out in the booth. People wouldn't be able to walk around it. It's crazy. There's a little bit. I had to get down and get to the phone a little bit. And again, I am not at all saying that $650 is not a lot of money, because it is absolutely a lot of money. But when you see this, it's like I was listening to people, talking about it that were walking into this booth when I was standing in there yesterday, and everybody was like, $650. It's like, it feels like a deal. I don't want to use that word lightly, because again, $650 is a lot of money, but it's crazy. TMNT Technodrome. Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, that would be crazy as well. Who has room for this?
Seriously, it's Robo is gonna Robo because of like live stream technology and whatnot. We don't like have to be in the same space to do streams and stuff like that, because there was talk that we were going to do that more frequently. Like have you like come up to my house so we can do it, and we don't really have to do that anymore. So you really travel up when we're going to travel somewhere far, but with this stuff, it's like I got to have some help moving shit around. I'm not going to be able to physically do it by myself,
because the initial plans we were making before leaving for here involves moving a lot of stuff in the toy room.
Yeah, and building something that is comparable to the size of that freaking case table thing. Because I think I think with the space on the sides, there's enough room and the dimensions of that you can park the Thunder Tank like next to it or behind it, by the garage.
Right. Cat's Lair, figures not included, $650 plus 100 shipping and handling.
And again, with the shipping and handling, it's like, yeah, that's going to be $100 to ship.
There's no. Oh, but then there was also Silverhawks, which I know nothing about.
Yeah,
but
for all the positive buzz, a lot of it going on because of the Cat's Lair, Silverhawks were creating a lot of buzz to much more mixed reaction, because this is pretty wild. Not so much these two, because these are toy color Buzz and Monstar in his transform form. Monstar isn't incredibly different,
but he does
from the cartoon one.
Yeah.
He's not quite as bright. But I think I prefer this green on Buzzsaw.
Oops, I thought I had more pictures of that. I get closer ups of those.
Yeah, but obviously the talk was these. This is something, not only from what it is, but how and why it is, I guess, because we have been told by Super 7, and if you know anything about the technology and the, I guess, chemistry or whatever of how vac metal works. Oh, look at that.
I didn't know that was there.
This wasn't something that, we thought was ever going to happen. And now vac metal versions of Quicksilver and Steelheart are coming in Series 4.
But the way they're talking is you have to be very delicate.
So that's the thing. There's some pretenses with these, right? Not only because we were told it can't and it's not going to happen, but now it is. So I get that some people went in on Silverhawks really wanting these versions, but getting the animated versions because these weren't going to be possible. The animated versions aren't stopping. They're still doing those. But these are coming, and I really think that it's finally one of those things that it's like vac metaling these figures that are made of plastic, PVC plastic, which is not typically conducive to vac metal. It's a hard ABS plastic because you have to vac metal it all, right? That's what the process entails. But that vac metal does not stick to PVC as well as it does to ABS. So here's the thing. If you want the vac metal versions of these, they are going to look good. I think these look great, but I think they're going to ship with a disclaimer, and it's like, you've got to be careful with these. It's the opportunity cost, I think, of getting these. And if you really want them, then you've got to, you're not going to really be able to treat them like action figures, I don't think. I mean, I'm going to get them, but I'm seriously going to put them in that setup with their wings on, and I'm going to wear gloves. I'm going to hang them from the ceiling so that they're flying in that, and I'll keep my animated version stuff down with the Thundercats and stuff like that. But these will be flying above. I will hang them up, and I don't think I'll ever touch them again unless I have to.
If I can't, I don't know. It almost seems like it should be it should be a statue. I get wanting it to be an action figure, or even sculpt the articulation in or something. Yeah, but I don't. But I wouldn't want to. I don't want to.
You're literally going to have to wear gloves with them, because Brian did he he was talking to like Pixel Dan and some other people too about him, and he got them out of the case. And it's like, it's bag metal. You touch them and you're gonna see your fingerprints on them. So it's cool. It's cool. It really, really is. But you've got to understand that there's some give and take with doing this. So, but I think the important thing is that, okay, yeah, they're here. I know some people wanted these from the start. It is what it is. I guess I can't comment on that, but they're not stopping the animated versions either. They're just, I'm gonna bet that they're only gonna do the core Hawks team like this, and that's gonna be it for the back metaling.
It also helps that I don't give a shit about silver.
Yeah,
I don't remember it. I don't think it was actually real. I think you all made it up. I worked with chrome and I hate it. I love the look of chrome, and there's some paints that replicate it really, really well. But then you're not moving toys.
Yeah,
it's just like, I mean, custom wise, I don't move a lot of my stuff,
right?
But those are off limits. You can't even pick them up,
right? So
prints and everything.
So while these did happen, even though we didn't believe or were told that they wouldn't, it doesn't change the context or the situation of them happening. It's like they didn't suddenly find a way that it's like, oh, we found a way to make back metal perfect on super articulated PVC figures. It's not that. It's, we're just going to go ahead and do it. But it's going to come with all of the things that, you know,
all the reasons that they don't do
they don't want to do it.
Action figures,
those still exist.
So
yeah. So it's interesting. It's wild that they're doing this.
There's some closer ups, and then that is
that's new.
New.
Yeah.
What about that?
Oh, that is new too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It wasn't painted, so I took a picture of it.
Well,
like, oh, okay.
Okay. So the original Monstar, he didn't transform all the way into like his like unarmored way, but his head's flipped.
Oh, gotcha.
So yeah, that's the toy head.
Okay, then the Marvel Legends panel happened, and I'm not showing the slides because the color of the screen reflecting back, they had black backgrounds for the figures. The pictures came out kind of terrible. I posted them to socials, but the tease is this, which now that I have a better look at it, it's Doctor Strange-ish, right? Isn't that the thing from No Way Home?
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
Because this is also the other tease, and that's definitely
Peter.
That's something, my boy. So that's what's coming. They didn't explain. They just showed pictures.
Yeah.
But then, I'm at Downhausen.
You just had to put that in.
Oops, that's in there.
You just had to put that in there.
But then down at the Mattel. Ooh, I'm quitting. Bye-bye.
Ooh, yeah. Those guys are mortal enemies. They don't talk to each other. Mattel and Hasbro hate each other.
They don't ask about what's going on in each other's booths and then wander over there. Down in the Hasbro booth, they showed the figures for what was revealed, and there is Smythe. And yes, I took a picture like this because the name is in the background, and so I could remember who this is.
And the gross, creepy techno tentacle, flesh tentacles on his back. Really.
And the only thing I know about Smythe is the 5-inch figure.
Yeah.
That used to hang out at KB all the time.
Yeah.
I didn't know he had fins on his arms and legs. Well, that doesn't really show it. But Dan was talking about look at that flat top.
You could land a plane on that.
So 90. Dan was talking about they made it this a little grayer. One, well, like the old one was a little too fleshy, a little too bright. So they wanted to make them slightly more intimidating. I don't know if that's accurate or not because I never watched the cartoons. But I'm kind of more interested in Civilian Peter.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're right. Custom Captain Planet Head.
Oh, man. He's our hero. Gonna bring pollution down to 0.
With our powers combined. With your powers combined, right?
Yeah. Earth, fire, wind, water, heart. You get that one.
Because that's the only one. That's the one I remember for some reason. My aunt used to cut her hair like that. But yeah, when they showed Peter first, so it was
Peter.
no way to guess what the second one was unless you watched the cartoon a lot, I guess. But I like that. I just like the shirt, the overlay. He just looks. But then the Marvel Legends wave, I think these are kind of out of order because they stuffed the Midnight Suns wave in the same case with upcoming random stuff. So
how long and how many different iterations, like body types and styles and whatnot, have they shown? It's like, it seems like this figure or this character has been hanging around cases at SDCC for Marvel Legends for over a decade.
Yeah. Lady Bullseye, and then finally get to it. They were talking about how the costume was kind of weird to do in 3D form. I don't know if that is the reason why it took so long to make it, but it's cool looking. And look, accessories. Pow, pow, pow. There's a gold and black Iron Man. I'm not familiar with this.
They've done something like this before, haven't they?
Yeah. There's a different angle. Well,
same figure.
Yeah. Double knees, double elbows. There's Iron Man again. He's got
like crackly stuff around.
Is that part of the design?
I mean, I'm sure it's something.
Yeah. I'm sure that's on purpose. It's from the Midnight Suns game. Midnight Suns Iron Man. Hence, Midnight Sun wave, right? So is this a mix of comics in the game? Is Lady Bullseye in the game?
I don't know.
Because there's also Blade.
Yeah. Which is very...
I'm not sure about that jacket. Is that the old jacket or the new jacket? Double arms. Double arms.
Double arms.
Double elbows. Oh. He has a magic suit.
Oh. Iron Man and magic. Yeah. All right.
But Blade is cool.
Yeah.
Accessories. But here's the guy.
This is amazing.
Now here, nobody's going to be surprised by this, but I barely know Chris Starr.
Yeah.
But I remember the comic for some reason, not the toy.
See, I'm the opposite. I don't know a whole lot of Chris Starr, and I don't know the comic at all, but I remember those toys, even though I am not I think I had Chris Starr, and that was it. And I don't know why I had him, because I thought he looked cool. Or maybe I had the green, like the almost exact repaint color version of him in green.
It's Marvel Knights wave. I got you. So that's why they put the Midnight Suns logo over the Iron Man, because I only saw these in the presentation and then ran down to pictures.
The boxes,
and I haven't seen the previews. I nearly
let you live that lie.
I nearly used some profanity, which I don't like to do.
I am so cross at you.
Rewind. The Marvel Knights wave, who just happens to contain a Midnight Suns character.
Yes. But seriously, this is awesome.
Chris Starr, last name Meth. This is the special blend.
But look at him, like he's all like jaggedy and whatnot, like he's supposed to, and cool clear blue. That's something.
There's some crystal blue persuasion.
Yeah,
in this.
Yeah,
to me, it's just a cool looking, translucent blue figure who makes me want an Iceman even more. Not this blue, maybe, but this gets all the angles and the detail work and everything. And then Iceman.
Well, I mean, when I was down in the booth, everyone like, oh crap, Christar, that's awesome, and appreciative of it. But as people in the hobby tend to be, you know what we need now. And Iceman was brought up a lot, but also because of Christar being one of those like gray areas before, people were starting to shout Rom already at the top of their lungs.
Yeah.
It's like Rom's got to be next, right?
Well, it was in the news recently, so that was fresh on everybody's minds. So they swerved into Christar.
Yeah, he's cool.
It is a cool looking figure. I just know nothing. I don't know much about Christar. Look how clear that shield is.
Yeah, look at how he holds that sword up just like He-Man ought to be able to.
Oh, up and down hinge on a weapon wielding hand. Clea.
Yeah.
Nice. You know, this makes a lot more sense since I learned that I was the first to figure out that this was a Marvel Knights wave.
You sure were. Your
That
observations are what have gotten you so far in this hobby.
that makes a lot more sense now that I'm letting everybody know that.
Heard it here first, fans.
I wish somehow you could use that flat top head with the Christar body for Captain Planet.
Oh,
Damn,
man.
we're
Gotta
coming up
cast
with all
that.
kinds of.
Gotta get that casted in the matching, or I guess it wouldn't have to be matching color because you have to reframe it.
I like the colors here. It is an older body,
Hair's,
I believe.
Hair's kind of animated, but not.
But wow, yeah, okay.
It's cool.
I guess I didn't pay much attention when I took the picture. That is cool looking. That one's blurry.
Perfectly in focus.
Damn glass. I'm calling Christar Breaking Bad. This is surprisingly tempting.
I call him D'Artagnan. He looks like Daredevil in a Three Musketeer.
I actually kind of love this. I never cared for the armored Daredevil look in the blacks and the reds. But this kind of takes that concept, modernizes it. The beard.
I was gonna say
for some reason.
you just like
Shut
this
up.
because
Oh,
you'd have to
God.
wear your
Shut
costume would have to look
up.
like this if you were gonna run around like Daredevil. Come on now.
Yeah. There's no chance of me running around like Daredevil.
Come on.
I'm putting that out
We
there
can make
right
it
now.
happen.
If you see a guy limping down the street, kind of,
I gotta record the weekly. That's not Robo Devil, Daredevil.
Yeah. No. They're still using those old big Billy Club looking things. The traffic.
Yeah.
Choo, choo, choo.
Yeah. The blind superheroes can help you cross the street.
Shut the hell up.
God damn it.
27-year-old Robo is Daredevil. No, the beard would have been a lot more patchy. Would have been not filled in at all.
And the hair growing out the back would have been a lot longer.
Yeah, which we get to. That's what picture I put in this
man,
folder.
you son of a gun.
You son of a gun.
You so John Cena.
Robo DD Custom. No.
Make it happen, guys. I know there are so many of you that are in here right now that are talented customizers.
The man without knowledge.
I would say this writes itself, but it doesn't. These wonderful people write it for you. You got it.
That's right.
You got it.
So good. Outback Daredevil.
Yeah. Dreadnought Daredevil, Robo, Nagahai. Yeah, we gotta like smash it all together now.
Yeah, this DD is a must for me, especially after how good I haven't gotten that Elektra yet. Elektra as Daredevil, but that looks good. And I don't know if they're supposed to go together because she was replacing Daredevil.
Yeah, I don't know either, but that actually makes both of these figures more viable to me because you can have them just like sitting off somewhere else. And it's like these two look really good together. They're weird, but they look good together.
Yeah, I really like this. Plus all the new parts. That's weird that it does it when I bring the mouse over to there. But it just looks good. The staff, the blade. The arms do look a little skinny, but
he's got long forearms.
Yeah. Oh, and the baggy pants kind of throw proportions a little bit. Look at that. I took several pictures for different. Let's see. Mindless ones.
Man, I wish these guys weren't Build-A-Figures.
I know. In the panel, they said something like, Army build the mindless ones.
Yeah,
and
sure,
it's like,
guys.
But Army build waves of figures. No,
Sorry, no.
no.
But these are cool.
Robo Daredevil faces off against the flocked hand.
Oh yeah, he does.
I must destroy all flocking. And during the panel, it was pretty funny too, because it was like, and here is the Build-A-Figure. Crickets.
Nobody knows.
Because it was like, oh, it's the mindless ones. I kind of remember those from.
But they're just
Alternate
cool. Those
dimension.
you could, like I said, I wish they weren't Build-A-Figures because you could plug those into like random like golem mindless ones or whatever fighting just about. And I could see these guys fighting the Thundercats. You know what I mean? It's like they came out of the lava on Third Earth or something like that, and that's that trail that plugs right in to there. That's pretty cool.
For me, this is a neat look. Oh man, who's that X-Men character during that? Was Rockslide?
Rockslide. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I think he had a costume on. This looks like a nice. I'd get this for custom fodder. I'm just not. I don't need a mindless one on the shelf. But since I'm eyeballing most of the figures in this wave, apparently, that I probably end up with this. There you go. Rock monsters are universal.
Yes. Well, no,
Sami
these are
Zayn is
Disney,
Daredevil.
not Universe.
Oh my god!
Shut up!
You need to get out here. Let's see. And then a fist ninja. I guess that's what it's called. It's a hand ninja, but it's fist.
Yeah.
I guess there's different.
Yeah, because look at the logo on it.
Yeah.
It's like.
And this comes with. I don't know if they showed that here. Oops. I
Oh,
right
baby.
to the man.
Oh, that's my boy.
They didn't show it here, but I think there's a skeleton or a skull head that goes inside for kind of a
Dwight mentioned that.
A dying or a dusting hand fist ninja.
That's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool.
It's a nice update.
That's my boy, though. Oh man!
Again, this is the reason
I have been waiting for this from the moment that Toy originally showed off their Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Goodbye, gross hand.
Hand and the belt came off or something.
So, the belt was just like.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is wonderful.
It is.
Take my money, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, of course, I mean, it's obvious, but they did go into detail about how there's a ball at the waist.
Yeah.
Because anything in the torso would have either
destroyed that glorious deep V.
Yeah. And I think we've been seeing that. Didn't we see that with Wonder Man? Or did he have a joint under the thing?
Something, yeah.
But it becomes kind of useless with the overlay. So there's some gaps showing through there. I have to grab about something.
Yeah, but that's awesome.
Yeah. That's
classic Cage, as he should always look, is just like this. Is like he should never not wear this costume.
Now we need an Iron Fist.
Absolutely.
That matches this.
Sweet Christmas.
Old big collar Iron Fist.
I finally have Luke Cage to go with Dr. Doom.
And
Wonder Woman.
This is one I got several texts of best Wonder Woman ever.
Which I believe that was the like modus operandi when creating this figure for the team. It was like, hey, make the best Wonder Woman figure.
But at the same time, isn't that the Squadron Supreme at a base level?
Yep.
Is their answer to the JLA?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. I was looking forward to this only because I'm not a big Squadron Supreme guy, but you finish a team
and they did it fast,
and they all look pretty good.
They did it super fast.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I've got 3 Inhumans.
Oh, Monsters Go Home. The disk space ran out, so we either need to. I've been deleting files this morning, old files. So.
Once again, we're asking for your support.
No, so it should be fine. It should.
But no posting.
We'll see. But no forums. The forums have a corrupt table that we'll need some looking into.
Timing is everything with us.
But dang. Oh, yeah, it's a show.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a good San Diego if
without
it didn't break something.
Crashing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm ready for this. Did they? I don't remember. Is this in the wave?
I don't remember. I was at the Masters panel, and then I couldn't get in
Yeah.
to this one because it was too popular.
Baby picture's gone. But then, oh man, I kept taking pictures. She just looks good. Oh, finish out some new warriors. Get some more new warriors on the shelf. Adding more team members.
Yeah.
Before finishing Excalibur.
And the Inhumans.
And the new mutant, or no, X-Force.
And the Inhumans.
And
Astonishing X-Men.
Alpha Flight.
Oh man. Yeah. Oh yeah. Dang.
It's not the MK wave. Okay, they didn't say for her. It was very confusing because they went straight into more figures, and then they came back and was like, these last few Justice, probably 2024 Avengers wave with Count Nefaria.
Need me some Count Nefaria.
I just get hungry.
Count Nefaria, Count Chocula. We're gonna get to the food here, whether you want to or not. Oh man.
But Vision is definitely future.
Yeah.
Oh, which makes sense that he's back to back with Justice. So,
but man, look at that! Look at that! Look at that!
I was kind of, oh man, maybe I'm just tired, but after Hyperion with his girdle overlay piece, I was kind of hoping the same for a Vision too, just because that's what that is, you know. Well, I guess sometimes it's costume, but for me, it's usually sticking up a little bit.
Yeah, look at that head sculpt though. It's
like the head sculpt is pretty nice. Yeah. I got some close up. Look at that jawline. Look at that chin.
Yeah, that's the Viz, man.
Terrible.
Throw this figure in the trash.
So assy.
Throw it in the trash.
I do believe this is the Vulcan body, which I'm now confusing with Sunfire body, unless they tell me about it. So look forward to that for the next few years. Mark Ruffalo, they're going to make. Seems like it was released early on, or a few years ago in a European release, multi-pack, wave something.
Yeah.
But this is with
now he's back on a planet that's designed to stress him out.
Along with, is this Mark II? Yes. I wish it was more.
No, that's Iron Man. It's not Iron Mark. His name's Tony, not Mark.
I want it more shiny, is what I'm trying to get to.
Shiny.
And then a Black Widow.
She looks good.
It's coming. So they're going to go back and do some MCU stuff. I guess filling gaps.
They know who's still popular with
well,
people.
I say filling gaps. Here's another Black Widow.
Yeah.
But it does look better than is this Iron Man 2?
Yeah.
Mark II. Mark III was the actual Iron Man armor in Iron Man, wasn't it?
I think so.
There's Wade. That's the only way I could get a picture of him.
Another classic.
I don't know what that is.
Skeletor.
But we talked Wednesday night about the Origins style Filmation figures, and I was on the fence.
Yeah,
I was like, I could get a couple to spruce up my classics Filmation figures, but
your boy Beastman
gets me.
Push you over.
Look at that. Look at the oranges.
I was gonna say again, this is one of those instances where we can talk about the orange, we can show you the orange. You don't get the effect of how bright and insanely awesome the colors are on this figure without seeing it in person. He is, and plus the way that they like their booth, it's like all from the top. It's kind of strange. But man, he is glorious.
Not final,
but great nonetheless. And they're bringing back some of them because he is a favorite. I can vouch for that. But the little fan favorite up in the right-hand corner, bringing back some of them.
But at the same time, with this being in the case it's in, is this a tease for the next Filmation style?
If it's Filmation Merman, I'll be extremely pleased.
Dude,
because Merman's the greatest Masters of the Universe character.
Been all in on Origins. I've been eyeing his
when
for a
you
little
see
bit.
him kind of all together, it's pretty cool.
It's very nostalgic, but and I made a vow, stick with classics, but
some of those heads even.
Yeah, that Filmation stuff. But then for Origins itself, there's Cyclone.
Yeah. The swappable little tornadoes that you can pop in his.
I do like that. I wish
and Cyclone is going to fully function like an Origins figure, as in like he's poppable and swappable and whatnot. But he does retain the spinniness. It's like when you can separate Origins at the waist. It's like he has like a 2-part separation thing. It's like if you click twice, he comes apart. But if you only pull it up to that like first click, then you can do the spinny action with him. So that's really cool that they retained that.
No, so are all the new Motu Origins going to be sold to only Mattel Creations?
No. So they were very adamant during the panel that they are going to keep their promise or their original, purpose of Origins, and they are going to recreate, at least for the figures, all of the vintage figures in Origins. But they're also at the same time introducing the animated Origins. So what they're going to do is, at least for the ones that were shown off at the show, so Cyclone, Rock On. Yeah. Who else did they show? Extendar. Those are going to be the vintage toy inspired Origins that they showed at the show are going to be on Mattel Creations. The animated stuff is everywhere. That's mass market. So I it's probably to keep like confusion, because the cards look completely different
right
now. So to like keep them separate and not cause confusion at retail with people who aren't like super Motu experts, I can see why they do it. But also, we're getting into more of the obscure Masters of the Universe characters.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah. And so doing the Filmation stuff at mass retail brings the heavy hitters back in a sensible way. So yeah, the vintage toy ones for now, I guess, are going to be on Mattel Creations. Hopefully they won't be difficult to get, because it's really important for people to be able to get these figures. So yeah.
And Extendar is a big figure. I'm super unfamiliar with Extendar.
And
but yeah, it caught me off guard.
Pops and swaps, and the arms and stuff don't pull out of his arm like they did,
right?
Because he wouldn't be able to have the elbow articulation. You pop it out and swap.
So he doesn't extend.
The process is a bit more manual now.
Oh my God! Transformers that don't transform.
This is Mattel. They're called converters, not transformers.
Are they bots that go? Let's see. Oh, and then jumping back over to the animated style stuff, each one comes with like a Easter egg from Filmation.
Yeah, and they made a big point about that too, is that on the copy, on the back of the cards of these, they're actually going to list the episode where they're pulling this stuff from. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
So if you want to see like where the Masks of Power, which I mean that lends itself to the title, or I remember Duncan's
this
gun, or the thing that Beastman uses in the Dragon Invasion. Yeah. That's actually going to list the episode where these are found on the copy in the back of the card.
Because terrible picture, but the crystal chicken leg.
I can't come up with that. I should be able to, and somebody's gonna say what it is, and I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, and then be able to describe the episode to you. But yeah,
I do like lengthening gar.
Lengthening
Swapogar.
Oh, that's funny stuff.
The Mecha has an add-on neck too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, but that's still Mecha and Necky. It
doesn't describe the action.
No, he's not extend neck.
Trunk neck.
Trunk neck.
Crunk neck.
Must resist animated Motu.
Ooh, it's gonna be hard because I could see myself as being like, I'll be picky choosy with the animated stuff, but god damn, it looks good.
Yeah, that's just clean.
Yeah,
It's very Filmation-y. And then for Masterverse, there's a Trap Jaw.
Yeah,
which looks good.
This is new Eternia Trap Jaw, and he does look great. And it was fun being at the panel because he's got the clamp on there right now, but the bottom part of the clamp on there actually pops off, and you can replace his jaw with the bottom part of the clamp to give him. They were calling it more of a mini comic look because he's got like the bolts that come out of the side of his head where it attaches to the helmet stick out a little bit more. So that's pretty cool. I think that's some thinking going on there.
Because if you put that on there, oh yeah, there's a better shot.
Yeah, because see, it looks like teeth on there. Yeah,
right there.
Yeah,
let's put arrows all over it.
Yeah, big red arrows. You won't believe what Mattel did.
But there's also swappable parts.
Yeah,
too.
and the sword plugs into to his arm as well. He can hold it, or he can just use it as a jabby arm.
But then when we went back to the TMNT or NECA's TMNT display, because they put some new stuff in.
And Pixel Dan got to reveal some stuff like we got to do the day before. Yeah, but man, this Leatherhead, this boy is like, he looks like a literal brick wall with those scales on there. Oh, he is awesome.
There's also Red Shirt Casey, which I think was on the back of a package months ago or something.
Yeah, and I would say that if you know anything about characters that wear red and where they might reside at retail, you can probably guess on this one.
Damn it.
Yeah, this is another one where it's like, gotta have it. But you hear me justifying it as like, well, I've got two versions of Mirage Turtles now, so the gray one can go with one group and the red one can go with the other.
Because I'm good with the gray. I have the gray one. It works perfectly. I have the original Mirage Turtles. As we'll see in a minute, because I went back. Yeah, because we haven't talked about the other things.
Yeah, but look at that Leatherhead, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's all.
And like Trevor, we were talking to Trevor last night. We went and had dinner and whatnot, and he's like, "Yeah, Leatherhead's like bigger than Zog."
And Zog, seeing him on your shelf,
he's a weapon.
Your eyes go directly to Zog.
Yeah. He's crazy. Oh, I love that. That Leatherhead is so sweet.
And this caught me by surprise.
That's my favorite Rat King figure that's ever been done.
I guess I've never paid attention to the Mirage design for Rat
Creepy.
King.
Well, what was it in the 2012 cartoon? He didn't look anything like this, but they went back and made him real creepy and gross and whatnot. I think it was the 2012 cartoon. I mean,
wait a second. Oh, yeah. That's I did see the episode.
He kind of looks like a scarecrow.
Yeah, and he's kind of rats on him.
Yeah, and he's gross. But that's like personality or character wise, it's kind of got the same thing going here. This is my favorite Rat King figure ever, and that includes the vintage one, which is wild, and I absolutely love that. But he's gonna have swappable bandages and stuff like that to give him the various looks that he had because his design changed.
That's a better picture than I thought when I took it.
And you also get the name placard right there, which they tore and cut up to make it look like the monsters were chewing through it.
But oh man, when they started talking about Archie turtles, my first thing was I don't remember reading the comics, but apparently I had a few because I loved these looks, even though I gravitated more towards a certain turtle in a certain costume that you can barely see right there. But I don't know if it was covers or if I actually read the issues.
The covers were very distinct. It's like iconic, yes, to the people who really appreciate them, but it's like like the Mutanimals one where they're all popping out and rays like going like this, and then like the wrestling covers. They're very memorable.
And then the dog with the forearms. That's what I remember.
Crying Hound.
But I had to look up you talking about Ace Duck and Leatherhead being in there. So I guess I was buying comics, scanning at the time, scanning the racks, and I would come across the covers for this, and it was always
I was
striking.
We got to spend some time with Ken Matroni yesterday, but as well, and last night. But his booth in Artist Alley, he's got a bunch of those comics laid out. We should go over there so you can take a look, because he's selling,
I remember that
he's
one,
selling
that
some
one,
pristine copies of them that were like his file copies from back in the day. But these are early still. Well, what they had on display at Comic-Con for the Wrestling Turtles are early. They are in further along production at this point than these, but as you can tell with this, like the articulation and whatnot is not cut in for these. These were like painted pretties to show off and debut, and they're a little bigger right now too, but these are going to be great. And you can tell more with Mike and Raph. This might be my favorite turtle base body going, because with Raph, he's clean. They're going to eventually be able to use these for standard Archie turtles.
Surely.
So, yeah. And their expressions are like Ken is right up there. He's a little more cartoony, but he's right up there with Kevin McGuire in terms of like facial expression amazingness. And these are pure examples of that.
It's just crazy how
even Leo looks badass.
And it's Leo. But this is the one I was looking for. And in my brain, I always had the thought of grabbing an extra turtle of some kind and painting it all black to have this. But when I saw this with the blue highlights, I was like, that's the way to go, because a lot of that detail could be lost with the just black color. But then you go back to the comics and he has the blue highlights. Yeah. Just like the turtles have the drawn in lines. And
that may be part of like your remembering and whatnot, because Raph held on to this costume for longer than they did. So they may have been past the wrestling point when you were like into it and he was still in this costume, and you're not remembering Ace Duck and Leatherhead and whatnot. So yeah.
But then I got close-ups too,
because the expressions are great.
Because the expressions are perfect.
Yeah.
Donatello, Leo.
Yeah.
Extra Leo.
Which Leo, I think Leonardo was probably the tough one, because if I remember correctly, I think his wrestling costume was the one that bounced around the most in terms of like design and whatnot. It changed a lot.
Oh, really?
I think like not distinctively like, oh, he's wearing this and then he was wearing, something purple or whatever, but like the little details on this costume changed a lot from issue to issue, I think.
And it's kind of crazy because I don't think of this one as wrestling as much as the other three.
It's less of a wrestling costume. I think Donatello's got like the most. That looks like a wrestling costume with the bandana and whatnot. But he's more of a. This is like a stripped down samurai outfit.
And Maki's is kind of pulled down over the nose, kind of wrestling mask.
Yeah.
But then Raph just went full ninja.
Yeah.
And apparently it was popular or looked cool.
And this like everybody remembers.
It kept going for a little while.
Yeah. Yeah. This is going to be such a fun set. And yes, I would like to eventually get to having some standard Archie turtles, but I'm so glad they went with these as the first ones.
I can see the 3D printed marks right there. My camera actually focused to the glass at the NECA booth. Maybe it's their lighting.
The lighting over in that section anyway is just brighter.
Because this was while we were waiting for Star Wars. Oh, well, okay. There's the samurai cartoon turtle.
Yeah. So, but the thing to note, I don't know. Did Trevor say it when we did the walkthrough that like with this Michelangelo and the spacesuit Donatello, all the face parts are swappable. So if you don't want Michelangelo to be the samurai, if you're like into like the vintage toy version, you could make this samurai Leonardo or Raphael or Donatello if you want. So
there you go. Very well focused pictures. That's gonna change here because Donatello has glass over his face.
Yeah.
So through the glass.
He's two sections behind. That face is two panels behind
Look at this album cover on the front of the. There's me taking the picture, and that's you pointing at the thing.
Yeah.
And then business suit. This we talked about. Oh, this was all in the walkthrough.
Yeah, and because he mentioned that the heads are swappable with the other Casey, the first Casey as well. So if you like the hair and stuff and whatnot on this one a little bit better, you can put that on your standard Casey thing.
Oh, but speaking of glass cases and bad lighting, then the Star Wars panel ended because we
couldn't get in.
Couldn't go.
Yeah.
Marvel Legends ended.
I was down talking to Ken because I was like, I can't get into any of these.
Yeah, because you tried to get into Marvel,
yeah,
and the line was going around. I was already in.
Yeah,
but I got out of Marvel. It was 30 minutes. I went over to Star Wars, and the line went around the building. So we went down, messed around, pictures of the turtles,
yeah.
And then Star Wars ended. They put these in the case. So here is the Ahsoka series era.
All of these look fantabulous, and I can't wait for them.
Now the pictures aren't great. Again, the lighting and everything else.
She's flying the freight ships for Purina, as someone said, and now I can't unsee it.
Well, that's this is General Hera Syndulla.
Okay.
So I don't know if because I remember that from Empire Strikes Back. Maybe was that used before?
Probably.
What's that say? Hera does not have thigh cut. Oh, it does look like it's. Oh well, it's hinge and swivel at the knee.
Which I'm not. They probably didn't do it because of the holster. Maybe the holster.
I guess. Oh yeah, there's the holster too. I don't know. It may turn on the ball hip a little bit.
That kind of stinks.
Yeah, I didn't. Thanks a lot, Adam. I like this figure. No,
not anymore.
But then Ahsoka.
I can't tell what's different.
I don't have the Ahsoka in front of me, and we haven't had a chance to look up the first one.
Yeah.
But this is close, right?
Yeah, it's close enough that I'm good with the one that I have.
Star Wars Hasbro was in the Star Wars room, so nobody was leaving the room. Yeah.
That's how they always do it.
Yeah, the Star Wars, it's all day Star Wars in the same room.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, for the Marvel panel, the previous panel was Red Sonja, which was interesting. I sat in it because I got there about 30 minutes early, and they were just letting people in to sit in the Red Sonja booth. So I went in, watched that. There's a movie coming. But after that, it ended. Most of the room stood up and left. Gone.
Red Sonja.
She looks better. It's dull. It's duller
than
the shiny photo reel.
But is this final?
I don't know. There's some shine right here, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. It still looks good. I like the look of the figure. And then Sabine.
Yep.
Same thing. Who just said no thigh swivels on her either.
Yeah. Gonna need the whole team like this. But I think Yakface pointed out this morning on Instagram with the panel arts next to each other. Looks like Ezra shoulder creeping in on Sabine's or somebody. When you put all the spines together and it makes the group shot.
Yeah.
He was pointing out that it looks like that might be Ezra's shoulder coming into the.
I haven't had a chance to download the actual promo pics yet, so I don't have a box shot. But that's a better look. It's focused.
Focus. But I'm very excited for this show, and I'm very excited for these figures, even without thigh cuts.
That's why I was joking about it. They sprayed her with Mr. Hobby. They dulled her down. Mr. Hobby's our new clear coat, our new sealer.
Yeah.
I totally told Prod about it completely.
I've got some Mr. Hobby paints.
I invented it. Mm-hmm.
You invented the paints too?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool.
And then we got into some holiday stuff, which when I first saw it, I was like, great. I kind of like here and there, but these are a little more tempting than usual.
Last year's I only got 2.
Me too.
This time around, there's a few that I might like to get. The little guys for sure.
Rebels fans, we made it. Yeah, it's all Rebels.
Yeah, which I'm good with.
Yeah.
This is, yeah, I like this.
Yeah, this is clever.
Yeah.
Plus, it's another spider.
Salacious
Yeah.
bee claws.
Nutcracker clone. Robo Mr. Hobby. That's my middle name. That was my father's name.
My dad was Mr. Hobby. I'm just Hob.
You could just call me Robo. Past holiday stuff. I got one from each wave. This time there's only one I really care for. Yeah, I got the first wave, and then it was like, I don't need any more of these. But then there were some clever ones in the second, third.
First, I got all of them because it was a novelty. Last year,
Yeah,
I only got the Wookiee Yeti, and the gingerbread man.
yeah. Stormtrooper looks amazing. Is that the next one? Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty rad.
yeah. It works. Plus, it's another torture droid. This is okay.
Yeah,
I don't really do the ugly sweater ones.
they've gone a little over the cliff with ugly sweater ones. It's like, we can't think of something else, so let's do a couple ugly sweaters.
But some acetone or some paint remover, take that off. You got a blue Mando.
Well, or also, adds. It's like they're doing a lot of. I know they're calling them holiday, but most of the theme is Christmas. It's like you can almost like cheat this guy. We need a Hanukkah guy.
There you go. We had the same idea at the same time. You probably thought of it first because I took the picture and I didn't realize just how ugly the sweater
He
is.
looks like he's wearing Dad's tube socks.
That's true.
Just paint a white line in between, right in the middle of that.
Maybe it's Dad Mando.
Dad-do?
Does he have? Oh no, that's sculpt. That's quilting under the
Yeah.
Dando. Yeah, that may be interesting as a random Mandalorian.
Rando Mando. Rando Mando.
Randalorian. Let's see. And then, oh, well, that's a better shot. The best one.
He matches Chewie, or the Wookiee one, with his
Mandadalorian.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this one matches the Wookiee. It's got white fur. It can be used as a different Ewok with a little paint to get rid of the abominable snowman.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
The blues, essentially.
Yeah. I like the green.
Bumble Ewok.
Yeah, and he's like baby Bumble next to the big Bumble Wookiee. It's like, you gotta. This was the absolutely no questions asked. I'm getting this one. There may be two of them to paint, like you said, because I need more regular Ewoks in my damn Star Wars Black collection.
More Ewoks,
please, more
Ewoks. Coming home for Christmas.
This is gonna be like because I put these figures away. They're only out the holiday time, but with this, I may keep him and Chewbacca out in the normal collection, then just move them upstairs during the holiday times. But because I like this so much, I always liked it so much.
It's got to be reused, right?
Yeah,
I was looking at this as I don't remember, but again, it's been a little bit since I've
looked closely.
Yeah, fine tooth combed. And then R2, which at first this was in the new reveals case, and I didn't take a picture first because I was like, we already knew about that. But then I realized when we saw this, it's on the vintage card.
Yeah.
Now it's on the Mandalorian card in the box, and this is the
Lando.
first seeing this up in person.
Yeah.
So I thought I better grab a picture because
and just it's like just looking at it, even with nothing else around it for reference, just looking at it. It looks so much better than the current R2, and the size is instantly recognizable as being closer to what he should be. It's only taken 10 damn years, but we're getting it.
There is Hoth and albino Ewoks, I'm sure. Hoth Ewok is interesting.
Hoth Ewok, yeah. Then you wouldn't really have to paint hardly anything on him because, that would be believable.
Oh, and there's another picture, just in case you wanted to see more R2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
R2 de Toa.
And then
That's kind of cute.
Yeah, that vintage style Black Chrysanthemum.
But
because-
the Book of Boba Fett Black Chrysanthemum as
me too.
as much crap as I gave them for the comic based one, because I think it's still lazy. The Book of Boba Fett one is glorious. They did a really, really good job with that in the Black Series. So
it's getting hot in here.
Yes. So buy up all those Ewoks.
He's seen some shit. That's our kind of.
See, what you do is you just like you keep that in the like on a shelf in the guest bathroom, and so you can creep your guests out who come to your house. He's like looking at you.
I want to
I
print
used to do that
this.
with the watcher.
I want to print in a large frame of just this because he
Hanging
has
right in front of the toilet.
Yeah, he has a slight side eye, like you don't know what
Santo
I've
is
seen.
watching you.
This figure was Robo's fault. Thanks, Robo. That's a new Twitch emote. It is almost a lumpy kind of look. To him, if it
Yeah. Which there people were wanting lumpy and itchy now because of some of the other stuff that they.
just seeing Leia and Luke kiss.
Santo is all of us.
Pull back. Pissed off about my comic version. He looks like Prairie Dog meme.
He does.
I'll have to remember to save this picture.
That needs to be in the weekly for your what the F reactions to something.
Dun, dun, dun. It's cool though. I had to grab a picture.
Oh man!
Oh, but then switching gears completely
Entirely.
because we had talked about Syndicate collectibles or Syndicate toys.
Jerry Macalusso's back.
Yeah.
Again.
And I didn't. It didn't register. It's down further in the hall,
It's
so
like
I didn't
it's
make
like
it down there.
it's a company that he is doing with Toink, the store.
Mm-hmm.
They're like I think they're part of this. They're like it's a collaboration between him. Syndicate Collectibles is like I think a collaboration between Jerry and them.
Mm-hmm.
So some wild licenses that I am here for because oh my gosh, 7-inch scale Ghoulie figures. Yeah. Heck yeah!
No,
I'm gonna buy a set for me and one for my brother.
Listen to the excitement.
I know
because here comes my half of the. I never seen Ghoulies. I think I remember.
You know what?
Poster
I think
stuff.
I've only seen Ghoulies 2 once, but those VHS boxes at the store where the one's coming out of the toilet, the green one that's kind of cut off there, he's coming out of the toilet. That is so like 80s iconic to me. And they're doing plushes of these too, like big plush dolls of them too. This is incredible. I'm stoked. So they're 7-inch scale, but they're only about like this tall.
Does this company do the pumpkin head? No, this is
yes.
This company is specific.
Yeah,
Syndicate's been around for a little bit.
No, it's new. The pumpkin head.
There's a new pumpkin head.
Yeah, it's big. Yeah, he was down by the statues.
Oh, gotcha.
That they did in there. They're the ones doing the Double Dragon figures too.
Yeah. I did get pictures of that,
but
because sorry,
these are incredible. These are awesome.
Yeah, these are tempting to me just because they're little creatures to put around.
I was going to say you could put those around Java, and they kind of fit in, Yeah,
or Morlocks. Well, I'd say Morlocks, but these are like
they're 7-inch scale, so they're only about
2 inches, an inch and a half.
No, they're big. They're 2.5 inches, 3 inches tall. Yeah,
they're small.
Yeah, they're little,
but they just look neat.
Yeah.
And I'm interested in seeing how the articulation holds up at this scale because they're going to be tiny pegs and pins.
And they're doing True Romance too. They're doing True Romance in 7-inch scale and in like retro reaction kind of type style and scale, and Golden Girls in that style too.
Here you go. This kind of gives you a look because Bloodsport is 7 inches.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So these scale to 7-inch figures. They're not like Gremlins where they're like NECA's 7-inch.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they're true like 7-inch scale for them.
They can be creatures for the Masters of the Universe.
Sure. Yeah.
They're almost
Make him coming out of the moat.
Oh
and
well,
turning
with Masterverse maybe.
Yeah.
Because they're almost too detailed. I mean, I say not too detailed
Stylistically, they have
compared to that. But
detail.
look at these little and the fade from the yellow to the green.
These are great
with the wash on it and the slight purple to the slight purple. It's purple nose and lips.
What a time to be alive.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But the next thing that caught my eye was over here.
Yeah.
That's an articulated action figure.
So the Dragon's Lair box, case, whatever, it had on the left a 1/10 scale plastic statue of Singe with a 1/10 scale statue of Dirk the Daring.
Mm-hmm.
And then just to be like, what? Next to it was a 1/12 scale articulated Singe action figure.
Yeah. Because I was standing over there, because Ghoulies is over here somewhere.
Yeah.
And I turned and I saw this and I thought they were just bookending the display. But no.
You saw the articulation in the tail. And I have all the old Dragon's Lair figures from long, long ago, but not a Singe like this. This is crazy.
Now it looks like the legs. Well, there may be something down here, or ankles.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that the articulation would be somewhat limited on this just because of the way that he's built.
Yeah.
So,
Dragon's Lair Singe, 12-inch action, or 1/12 scale action figure.
Yeah.
But then I went back and tried to get pictures of Double Dragon, and for some reason,
Billy and Jimmy Lee.
Glass was fighting me.
Man, finally, people have been, and I've wanted them too. Double Dragon figures for a long time.
Now I remember playing Double Dragon and stuff, but I never paid much attention to, I know there was Red Player and
I played Double Dragon 2 more than 1, but yeah.
And then the
Willie,
villain,
I think his name is,
the
main bad guy. Yeah.
I tried to get a closer look. Oh, so good, so good. Can you see look at the eye detail on this guy? It is so good. I try to there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Syndicate was one of those booths that's like everything in there was wild, and it's like, I'm so glad that somebody's doing stuff like this.
And then Bloodsport.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
But it's I have to see. There's a lot of to be announced.
I don't think anything in the action figure space had price or, more specific release date other than next year. Oh, Jesus.
Look at this. Like I said earlier, the reason the site crashed was because it ran out of space, apparently. So I went in, I had to delete some old pictures. I found some old folders from is this 2006?
Yeah, I think so.
This is San Diego Comic-Con 2006.
Wow.
Look, so there you go. Yes. That is Robo.
Tis.
It's a little throwback.
Yeah, man. Look at those. Look at those young toy nerds.
Mm-hmm. Almost 20 years ago.
God.
Yeah.
God. I actually bought a figure yesterday and opened it. We're gonna talk about these.
That's one of the few figures that's in the room right now, isn't it?
Yeah, because I didn't open the Jada stuff. I'm not gonna open until I get home. But yeah,
still wait. Jesus Christ, Robo Star. Oh, Beebs is still wearing the same shirt.
Yep.
That's one of the things we both pointed out when it's all. Oh, yeah. Wait. But
today's going to be Joe Day.
Yeah, so we'll get to G.I. Joe in in a couple hours, huh?
Yeah. And then the rest of the NECA, the non-turtle NECA stuff, which is exciting for stuff like this and D&D and Gargoyles.
So I don't know if there's going to be another
we might have. We might have another little Jada video too. We're not sure about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So hopefully.
Yeah. So there's going to be a couple of videos tonight that'll kind of catch things up.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow's travel day.
Yeah.
So we shall see.
Yeah. So we travel in the morning, so we won't be back at the con tomorrow. So this is the last day.
Mm-hmm. This is the last day. And again, well, once we get back, I'll have to upload some videos. So might see a couple of things tonight, a couple of things tomorrow that I'll schedule, and then go from there.
Yeah. Yeah.
From
almost putting a wrap on
our lovely hotel
SDCC 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's most of it. We're caught up.
But if there's some
yeah, the ghost is big, but
well,
it's the wrong scale.
And it was difficult to take pictures of yesterday because there were a lot of people
news
around.
outlets and everything else just bam.
But I know Matt K's prioritizing getting some pictures of that and getting them up.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But it's huge.
Yeah.
And I didn't even check the funding this morning, but it was halfway funded before the end of yesterday. So
yeah.
I am back, baby. Okay, everybody. Bye. Bye. But wait. This better be worth it. Oh, yeah. That's not worth it. That was a long time ago. 20 years. I wrote one
before he became an ironmonger.
Yeah. Never been on live before, but I want to say thanks for what you do. Y'all allow me to vicariously have fun at the con.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But almost 5,800. So 8,000 doesn't look too far away.
They gotta get to what, 17 for Zeb?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But we're gonna see the same thing we always see. And then level out
until the last 2 days.
And then bam.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah, if you we'll be adding, probably pictures and information and stuff throughout the day via the normal social avenues. But
yeah, check out the social feeds and the site. Oh man, I hope it stays up today.
Yeah.
But we'll try to get some pictures up there too. If not, get some promo pictures and get Matt K pictures up.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get.
Yeah.
In fact, we're a little late. So
what time is it? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta get rolling.
Yeah. But we will catch you. Oh, and everybody asking about the Mayfex stuff. I'm definitely gonna get those pictures and talk about them in the next weekly.
We're gonna get back from the airport, get to my house, and he's gonna jump in the car and leave so he can do this Mayfex stuff. I just know it.
I just know it.
Just knew it.
But okay, everybody.
Right.
Later.
Later.